Hi guys, it's time for a grind John. I'm not streaming this one, don't worry, there's not going to be anybody talking except me, and maybe Jackie's probably going to come in here and she's going to be like hold on, let me close the door. I'm recording. Had a late little night last night light. Why can't I get rid of that? I'm gonna have to like burn down this whole house or something. I don't know what's causing it, but that shadow drives me crazy. Or whatever it is. Alright, let's go. Regular run time. Hopefully I mean, we did really well last time for not going to any of the secret floors, which is making me question the import of going to secret floors every single time. It works like this. Let me break it down math style like Bill Nye the Science Mathematician. It's not guaranteed to make a better run if you go to more floors. What it is guaranteed to do is give you more opportunity, which in a game such as this is a game of, opportunity is not necessarily directly, it's not a direct one-to-one correlation between the amount of opportunity and the amount of success. But it's a close enough correlation that, especially with synergies playing such a big role, as of this last update, like, the more opportunity, the more complexity, and complexity equals more ability to affect state changes, and the state changes are what really matter. You really want to, okay, we're not going to go between them, we're not going to do a fast dodge roll, try to cut the middle. Cutting the middle is the problem I have with this fight. Stop summoning, you dicks. Dude, what is up with that? But, yeah, anyway, there is the cost of going to extra floors, and that cost is potential damage taken. Stop summoning, dude. Ooh. Cut the middle in a good way that time. But there is the opportunity on every floor you go to take increased damage, to be at a lower health because you went somewhere with more enemies. But in general, it matters more that you have the ability to easily navigate the later floors, and you can only really, yeah, you have the greatest chance of giving yourself success by having the greatest number of available items. Dude, that reward situation, okay. So right now I feel like we're Golden Pony Boy. Yeah. So it's like this. Every extra floor you do, oh my god, there's the likelihood that you're going to expend so much ammo on your good guns that you're going to be in a worse position. There's so much likelihood that you're going to take damage from enemies that you're going to be in a worse position. There's the likelihood that, I should have just done it now. That, you know, you're going to spend so many keys that you're going to get to the next floor and have fewer keys. But in the process, it only takes like a handful of gun changes or item changes to turn a run from an okay to a yes, definitely. And, you know, there's also, it's balanced. The expenses are balanced by things like room clear drops and the like. You're likely to gain more money. Maybe not exactly the same amount. Maybe it's not a complete one-to-one, but you gain more money by going to more rooms and having a greater number of enemies drop money. You have the chance to build curse and coolness, and basically anybody with any freaking sense who's ever played a rogue-ish game doesn't need me to explain this. The reason I go to more floors is because I'm more likely to be stronger by the end of them. When you're newer to a game, going to the greater number of floors can be detrimental. For a long time, I hated going to the oubliette because I tended to lose a lot of health on the oubliette. I tended to... the trap rooms flustered me. The, what do you call them? The big enemy rooms really, like, kind of screwed with me a bit. And, I didn't feel like I was in a better place most of the time by the end of it. Necessarily. So. Alright. Just one shot. We got 4 in there, so we're going to give 6. Get 120 casings, and then go with 1 missing full heart. And this seems like a pretty good way to stack early without being stupid. Oh, I just took a shower and my skin's all dry. I use this Aveeno skin good yum yum lotion. Okay. We're gonna definitely give a little bit more. Make another 40 casings. Yuck. A ruckadoodle duck. Let me check something real quick. One of the things that kind of sucks about, jeez, man. One of the things that kind of sucks about the whole chance nature of this game is, like, I just opened 2 chests, and I mean, I actually received a little money. I received more money than I would have gotten. I'm leaving with, I made more money than the key is going to cost on the next floor, but I still had to spend a key, and I got weapons that I could friggin' throw in the trash right now and not feel any different about from my run. That's a shitty place for a water barrel, if you know what I am saying. I think it's pretty obvious what I'm saying. That it's a shitty place for a water barrel. That's it. It's not more complicated than that. Table tech, or table spawn machine, whatever you want to call it. Probably not that. Is an item with a lot of potential. It's also an item with a lot of initial worthlessness. That's not a good way to say it, but you know what I mean. It doesn't have a lot of value early on. It gains a lot of value pretty quickly with table tech things. I don't know if it has any direct synergies of its own, but it's got those like soft synergies that a lot of this game's. So I looked up the direct stats of that room. I was actually seeking information about the shrine where you give the guy a bunch of guns, the Beholster shrine. But I learned a little bit about some of the other shrines. Like, they changed it so that the robot can give 2 pieces of armor to open up certain things, which I didn't know about because I stopped playing as the robot, at least for the time being. I will at some point probably reintroduce the robot to like modded character streaks. I think I'm going to do a streak where I play as literally every character after I finish this one instead of the 5 more regularable characters, the ones that I don't feel cheese the game in any way, or do a harsh and drastic change. Damn. The length of that hallway made me feel like it was going to be more in that small room. So Litchi Trigger Finger is probably a yes. Litchi Trigger Finger and Oiled Cylinder are like typically 2 of my favorite gun modulos. Modularizers, I think is the way that scientists say it. See, the reason that the table spawn machine isn't super wonderful on its own is just the slightness of the tables. They're very small tables. But once you have an effect, it doesn't matter the size of the table, you still gain the effect. I was thinking about the design of this game and how, like, how specific they had to be with some of the choices. Like, one thing you notice in this game if you played a lot of Isaac is how much screen space there is. That's assisted a little bit by the fact that I'm playing it in ultrawide. But beyond that, like, the characters are pretty small. Leaves a lot of room for rooms to have very different layouts, and a lot of room for a lot of enemies to be on the screen without. That's got to be such like an important early decision to make, you know? Like, how much screen space is the character going to take up? Isaac has small Legend of Zelda style, Super Nintendo Legend of Zelda style rooms, or even like Game Boy Legend of Zelda style rooms that fully shift and you have no camera control of within, except for, you know, the bigger rooms that I feel like were later additions. But it was just a bunch of small rooms where your character occupies like maybe a 20th of the entire screen, which is a huge amount. Like, it actually really is a ton when you think about how big Isaac is. Especially, you know, they have things like the one makes you larger pill and all kinds of stuff like that that even further amplify how much space it takes up. That's why the one makes you smaller seems so, I don't know, like surprising. And suddenly occupy less of the screen. You realize that, like, there's a lot of stuff that's kind of made hard to dodge based on just the size of things. And the guys over at Dodge Roll probably had to really, like, lean into whatever size they were going to go with pretty early and then design everything around it. That's why you can see things like the super gigantic, what do you call them? The super gigantic, like, boss bullets in the RNG floor. I mean, you have some bigger enemies in Isaac, but you start like warping the way that rooms work in Isaac when you get to enemies that take up more space, and a lot of that is really ruined because there's no the camera is centered on you completely at all times. There's no camera control. Oh man, I thought I could get behind that table. There's no control of, you know, moving the camera. Moving the stick doesn't control the camera, it controls your firing, so it's perfectly centered on you until you get to an edge. What am I doing? And at that point, you've decided that there are going to be times where the enemies, the bosses, whatever, are completely off screen, and it's up to the character to just accept that. That happens a little bit in this one, but you have so much more control. It's part of the reason I think that that co-op feels so stilted for a lot of people without a static camera mod. Co-op, you realize that the camera is at the center point between two characters and that it's such a useful tool in your freaking arsenal in this game. Losing that control kinda hurts everything. I don't know, design's always cool for things like that. Things that spiral outward from one initial choice. Once they decided there was going to be dodge rolling in this game, that made so many other things, yuck. That decided so many other things for them. They couldn't have enemies of a certain type. Like, or they had to construct enemies of a certain type to handle those new things that the new ability to escape. Enemy bullets have to work in waves most of the time, so that there's either something for you to dive between, or some area for you to move. They made it so that they can have bullets that close together. I don't know. It's neat. I think Dodge Roll did a really good job with this game. I think they improved upon a lot of the weaker elements of Isaac. The lack of movement options is a pretty big bummer in Isaac. The lack of camera control. There's so much that just kind of feels like, man, wouldn't it be nice if I had the ability to do this thing that I don't have the ability to do. I really, really, really hope. Yipes. Yipes. I get another key. And that the thing isn't locked. You motherfucker. Hey, what the fuck? You can't keep giving me poison damage when I've already fallen all the way into a pit. So that's new. That's a new thing for me. If you're in a pit and there's poison right on the edge where you fell off, it still counts you as being on ground. It's locked, of course. One blank. So there's not really a situation I love with the, man, it's gonna be locked. There's not really a situation I love. Okay, it's unlocked. Ooh, baby. Yeah, okay, but like, where's the... Well, we don't really need it. But I don't love the, thing. I don't really like either of these two guns. And I don't think there's a situation in which I will prefer it. Double dog. Double dog's good. We got Jungin last time, so it's very, very unlikely that we're gonna junk up the place again. But yeah, we're gonna get rid of electricity, and I mean, the shock rifle still hurts you. I'm gonna get rid of the gamma ray because we have a better poison weapon. And the Magnum's a better option than those. Than either of those. Come on, little gamma ray. I hope one of these is not a mimic. Now, my dog would have told me, right? I mean, I would like it to be a mimic anytime where I wasn't holding the old crest. Faster than a hurricane. Oh my god, Lichy trigger finger. We can take it. Probably won't use it much until we turn the old crest in, but as soon as we do, good. We're also probably not going to rely on the table generator until we turn it in, because I feel like it kind of sets me up for dumb decisions sometimes. I mean, it's on me. It's not the game really doing that, but it's still there. Dang, that dog did like a good amount of damage, it feels like. The dog in concert with the poison. I really thought I was going to walk in the pit there by mistake. Still did it. For some freaking reason. Didn't adjust my course at all. I said, I might walk into the pit. Oh well. Nothing to be learned here. No choices to make. In a different direction. It just sucks. Where's the booster? There we go. Yeah, that thing has some good actual damage. I'm kind of surprised it doesn't have something where it like has 5 or 6 keys depending. This is looking like a rat run. It's not the loveliest rat setup. We still don't have anything very bossy happening. But it looks radish nonetheless. It can't be there, so we're not gonna go in there yet. All that does is give us a chance to lose something to a fuse. Will you please bite that guy? Instead of being a little goddamn turd. So far we've had very few forks, which is... It's not useful, it's not like better, but it's makes me feel a little less responsible for the length of things. Okay, and then we immediately get a 3-way split. Man, I did not realize that those were regular enemies. I thought those were special enemies for sure. But they aren't. Okay, it could be to the left of this room here. Yeah, go at him, dog. Get at him. Get on him. Katana? Ooh, God, why did I take that jump? Snot. Snot this way. Ugh, I hate the forks. I hate the forks before I found the thing. Alright, let's just be ready to go. I gotta keep my eyes out for a freaking pot fairy, too. Alright, I went every wrong way. Oh, man, if I had seen that had a freaking thing on it. Alright. 2.5 curse and some damage. Makes things a little bit scary. Just a little bit. Of course. Fuck. Alright, makes things kind of significantly scary now. We got 3 blinks. We're gonna use all of them. We're going to take out those little bad boys every time they show up. Ooh. He's not getting any fucking comfort. Okay. Come on. Take it out. Thank you. Yo, dude. Ugh. That wouldn't have been possible with the damage I had before. So, I say good call, good show on freaking burning through that. I'm feeling a lot more confident about the boss. Secrets in here. What am I checking all this stuff for? Tell me, pup. Not feeling super crazy about the guns I have still. I have the ability to put out fuses. Okay. Okay. I still don't feel like I have a boss weapon, but I just got a room clear, like a significant room clear. And it's, you know, I think with the, it's actually going to hugely benefit from the Lichy trigger finger. It's pretty gruesome to realize that I'm wearing the skin of the dog that I have on my team. This is starting to look like a freaking Animal Farm, and I like it. It's starting to look like a run where I really want to get starting to look like I want to get a banner. There's a lot of things I want. I want a banner. I want some sort of way to make more blanks. Up here, before the next floor if possible. And I want some table tech stuff to start showing up. Also, I want a boss weapon. So, yeah, there's a lot. I'm not saying that it's reasonable to expect any or all of that, but just hoping. Get him, pup. Thanks. Oh my god, these dogs. They're so valuable. Most valuable pooches. Pups. They're probably fits a little better. That's probably an Airbud name. One of the mini Airs Bud. Accuracy would be cool too. But like, number one thing, a table tech. That's pretty big too. The ability to steal or 2 keys on this floor. I feel like that's not asking much. I feel bad about all the keys I used earlier. I am realizing that complaining about it would be pretty dumb because they were very obviously situations where I would have been more than content not using them with what I got on some of those things. But you know, opportunity has its own secret costs. Just because you can use a key, should you? I'd say yes, but see where that's got me. There are times where I need to remember that every blue chest does not need to be opened if you don't have a surplus of keys. If you just made enough, maybe wait on it, dipshit. You know all about the key shop guy, so why are we acting surprised when he shows up? We got 0 keys. Okay, let's see how this goes. This is a little rougher of a situation than I love the idea of, but Chicken's doing incredible work. I can't believe I made that dodge. I can't believe I made all those dodges. Ah, and then I fucked up. Okay, that's alright. This didn't feel like it needed to be, or had any right to be an Old King Flawless, but those dodges were good enough on their own. They weren't good like I should have done them. They were good like they somehow luckily worked. Woo! Some tight moves in there, dude. I'm gonna say Chicken is doing a great job in terms of the damage and the defense. Woohoo! Okay. I should have used a blank towards the end there, but I should have used a blank towards the beginning there, honestly. But we're here. Don't have any keys, so we won't be tempted to use them quite yet. But we're starting to get to that spot in a run where I would like it to be better in a keyular sense. And yeah, I'm gonna burn through these things. I kind of stupidly forgot about them. I also forgot about tables, which is a grave sin, because tables could have really helped me on that one. I was pretty focused on the seafloor, which is fine because it did, you know, it did add some damage. No keys from the boss is pretty fucking terrible. What do you got? All of them. Duh. Double vision. Okay. Okay. There's actually no chance of us getting enough keys for that. There's maybe no chance for us to get... If we had one key, we would still be, if we got one key on this entire floor, still be pretty good. But of course. But of course. How shitty, dude. How shitty. 2 ways to open every single chest from here on out. You know what? I'm going to destroy some chests. Very, very unlikely that these are gonna do anything. But 1 key would be worth losing every chest on this floor that I'm going to probably lose anyway. The thing is, I would also use the key to open that brown chest. If it... some work stuff happening there. Dang, dude. Alright. Should I keep a key or try to get this? I mean, I kind of need something. Oh, okay. Well, that's actually great. And then if we get the trash cannon, we're, like, super set. So, no blanks on the boss. 1 key from the shop necessary. We have boss weapons galore, and we have room clears galore. Yeah, we are very happy with this run right now. And we got double vision. Yeah, bosses are not going to be an issue. Oh my god, Moses! Man, I think he doesn't like the job anymore. And that's really hard because he's the other lead. But he's getting like pretty frustrated about something. I'll have to text him back in a little bit. But that was like 5-paragraph long text from him there. About a situation that is frustrating to him. Okay, not the weapon to use. I'm all like flustered and distracted now. What's something we can talk about? I saw there's this subreddit called Aged Like Milk, and it's all about things people say that like then history proves how foolish they were to have felt such and such way about such and such. And there was one recently talking about God damn it. Alright, don't collapse. It was like, oh, you think the Avengers is gonna be the best-selling superhero franchise of all time? Just wait until Batman versus Superman comes out. Just you wait, and then we'll see what the kind of numbers a real superhero movie can do. And I was like, I mean, how can... This is not fanboyism. This is... Look at the freaking box office-ism. Like, this Superman movie leading up to it didn't do well. I mean, I guess Nolan's Batman's did. Batman's? Hamptons did really well, both critically and commercially, but like, these are Zacky Snydes. These weren't even the same, like, I don't know, even the same genre, it felt like. Okay. I'm gonna buy Table Tech money now. Let me see something. I thought there was a synergy with those. The golden tables. Look at that key. I mean, we need the key. We also need some tables to start showing up so that 70 freaking casings I spent can start reimbursing sooner as opposed to later. Dude, god damn it. Stop. Stop hiding, you coward. Stop exploding, you coward. Oh, it's falling apart. It's 100% without question falling completely and totally apart. Don't use your blank on that, you goddamn idiot. Even though you're good on money. There we go. Whew. Alright, everything's okay now. Let's just do it. This is not the best one for this weapon, but there are moments when it is. I just want a boss to give me a fucking key. I don't know why I thought the amp would double. Here we go, a single key from a boss, not too hard. Is it game? Is it? Tell me. I wish I liked this weapon better. I don't have any real need for it right now, unless I want to go back to this situation. But my other I mean, it has range that the other. It's kind of a better ranged situation. What was I using? Oh, mahogany. Yeah, mahogany doesn't have range. Maybe I can use one of these for range and one of these with the other thing. Also, any other dots are good. I hope I don't... I mean, I know I'm gonna get hit on this rat fight. I just hope I don't get freaking destroyed on this rat fight. The Clob. The Clob is here to save us all. Dang. Dang, dang, dang. Oh. I got two of the game's worst weapons. I don't think there were, like, any tables on this floor. Like, period. So far, we lost 70 bucks getting the table tech flip. Because we found the first floor in the history of Gungeon to have 0 tables, or table tech money, I mean. To have 0, I'm continuing to believe that it has 0 tables, even though I just flipped one. It's so few, man. Yeah, what a table is depressing the floor. We're not going to... We're not going to be going to the RNG department because we already gave up one thing. I mean, Daruma would be phenomenal, but you know, we got Blunderbuss, so we're good. Yeah, there's so few tables on this floor, man, and it doesn't have any kind of synergy or connection with deployable tables. I'm not going to look up what it's called. It's going to get a bunch of different halfway there names. Right up, 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 right up. Let's just use it. Just use these two for now. Sunny J and the Pox Canon. You're still alive? That's not cool. I have no armor. Huh. Very strange to realize. This is like a suddenly Susan style thing. Suddenly Susan B. Anthony. Susan B. Anthony, I'm gonna be shopping. They're like almost opposite things. This is a boring video, I'm sorry. I don't care too much because they can't all be golden. But it's kind of an earlier morning for me. I know it's like 3 p.m. Pacific, which is where I am. But I stayed up late, and also this weekend was pretty rough. Also, fuck you, I don't need to justify my use of time. I do my job, spend time with my wife. I don't really have any other activities, so we'll stop there. Those are kind of the two things that I do. I am very dumb. I probably definitely could have filled up. Oh, no, I couldn't have. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna keep poison on him for this one. This is kind of scary. I mean, my guns are good, my damage is good. My health is a little lower than I would like. And my defensiveness is very much lower than I do that as soon as he gets in the air. Like, my defense capabilities are pretty bad. The chicken's helping, but like, it would be nice, it would be neat if I had some way of like reproducing blanks or something like that. This is like all offense. Man. Ah! Shit. I kind of panicked there. My defense capabilities with ape agility. Feels like my dodge roll is pretty good. We're gonna try to just do this. There we go. Oh, it is sending double out of that. Okay. Ooh. Ah! How did I miss that roll? Also, I feel like I went to it too early. Yeah, okay. Okay. Don't hold on to blanks as you slowly die to death. You're smarter than that. Good. That was surprisingly... I went a surprisingly long time without getting hit, considering my lack of ability with some of these attack patterns. Okay, he has a moment there. It's very hard to get, and it's kind of a time waster. And yeah, I think I'd rather just like burn through that phase. Come on, dude. What are you freaking doing, bobbing up and down like that? Not attacking. How much does that do? Enough. I feel like our room clears are so good right now. Do one more spot of damage and then we'll triple punch him all the way down. Get out of here, chump. Yari launcher with double vision. We freaking did it. Alright. That was worth it for the 10 millionth time. What? Okay. I don't know why, but I pressed... Sorry, portable tables. Nah. No, God. I'm gonna keep the portable tables throughout this run. Hear me out. There's gotta be some use for them, right? That's it. That's all I had to say. Hear me out. Exactly half. Oh, even more exactly half. Wow. Man, if I had gotten this fucking resourceful sack, I would have had that. We're probably going to sell the stuff we always sell from here because at this point, 2 of these 4 items are just 4th floor money. And this run, as they all do, went from scary to golden in the span of 1 rat. The damage up is great. I'm just gonna grab that actually. It's time to stop worrying about gun forcing. Actually, earlier would have been better, but you know, you never know. Gun forcing is automatic. It's reflexive for me now. I don't reflective. I don't know. It happens without me thinking about it. I have to think about not gun forcing. The guy was walking all up to me. There was nothing. So we could go all the way super hyper rich if there's a vampire, which it seems like that's kind of... That's what this setup feels like it's leaning towards. Or cigarettes would be cool. Almost didn't say, I just said it anyway. I've been watching more of Summer Games Done Quick, because why wouldn't I? It's a great cause, great performers. I watched the Half-Life 2 one last night while I was playing some FF, and then I watched the original Dead Rising speedrun, and it turns out I don't know anything of... I thought they were playing Dead Rising 4. I guess they were playing a PC port, so the graphics looked a little better. But Dead Rising 4 is the only Dead Rising I've played, and I guess... So Dead Rising 3 came out as like a launch game for the Xbox One? Where you played as someone else, and it was more outdoorsy, I think. Still the same kind of arcade zombie survival horde-based thing, but a lot less confined, and I think Dead Rising 4 was supposed to be a reaction against that, kind of a return to form, because this one was just all in a mall except for a few very short outdoor segments. Okay, so we got the kill pillars, that's great. I don't even know if I want to use the Yariel from the Killy Peas. That room kind of sucked. I guess it was mostly from kind of trapping myself with table tech money. Dude, I was waiting for a table tech synergy with this fucking thing the whole goddamn game. And what I ended up getting was table tech doesn't work. Maybe it does. Maybe it will flip all the tables for me, but it doesn't give money. And table tech money is not a table tech please flip for me. Or at least that's not what I was looking for. So you got the salesman over to the left here? Yeah. Let's just do the fight and then we'll decide. Oh, we haven't found the shop yet. Wait, oh, well. Missed that opportunity. Apes. Apes. It did flip automatically, I think. Huh. Huh. Bunch of keys down. Yes. We'll get all those keys. We'll get everything on this floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is what we need. And we'll say, fuck the future. As we said earlier. But we'll also be selling a bunch of weapons. Okay. So what do we want here? The Yari launcher seems ridiculous. Seems like such drastic overkill to use the Yari launcher when we have these other ones. Oh boy, I almost fucked up that dodge. Alright, yeah. Yari launcher would have been a fucking waste and a half. I was looking at it, I was like, this is terrible, and that's unfair. But it's totally fair. It was the, I mean, we're gonna sell it. It is Bucks. It is Bucks Bunny. Let's start selling and smelling. Get this the fuck out of here. Blunderbuss, you're next. Don't like it, it's just money for me. Might as well keep that. We'll sell this. Okay, you're not gonna let me sell the Dungeon Eagle? Weird. What else? 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 Nothing? Yeah, everything else has a use. Here's what we're gonna do. Bloody 9mm. Oh, we already found a secret. Stoned Ome. Stone Dome we're getting rid of. Feel a little silly about that one, but not super silly now that I see what it is. But yeah, let's destroy these blues. These St. Louis boys. Wow, that was so fast. So we're good, 235. That's more than I probably need. I could have done something like get the rolling explode, but come on. Come on. I didn't mean to do that, but that worked out pretty well. Just walking in there and casually accidentally poisoning a dude. Just need to keep moving. With the extra damage, so I was very close to just dropping Bloody 9mm, because it sucks, especially if you use a single shot weapon like the Sunlight Javelin. It has such a high chance, a high likelihood of burning that damage or that shot. But with the extra damage that I have, it's still super worth it. And I think the only extra damage we actually have is from that statue, but it's still ridiculous. These are welcome and appreciated. Don't even shoot. But do melt that guy for me. The Star Pew is so good. 67. Let me make sure it's only shooting. Yeah, it's only one bullet per pull. No matter how charged you get it. Only one ammo per pull, I should say. Oh, what's back there? We're gonna wait. I got 3 keys, and I know what 3 keys could mean. I learned it the hard way. I learned what 2 keys could mean the hard way. Keys are money, they're a resource, and sometimes it's better to have some in storage. Sometimes having some in storage, like, you know, I'll have a lot of runs where I'll get to bullet hell with 300 plus casings, and it's just, it feels pointless, but like, that's what savings is. It's something that might be pointless, but is more likely than not going to be, at some point, useful. Not having it is not the way to show Chance who's boss. Unless it's James Chance and his friends the Contortionists. They're too busy contorting themselves. Contort yourself! Alright, one more shot from that one. Well, 2 more shots. Then we're gonna want to go get that pinky. How did it blow up? Genuine question. How the fuck did it blow up? It was at 49? Maybe it didn't go down to 49. Maybe when it changed without me pulling the trigger from the stupid old thingy going off, it didn't actually expend any ammo. Double vision. Double vision if you're holding a charged weapon fires. When you first use it and when it wears off, and there's like nothing you can do about it firing. That first time, see, that's an example of it. So maybe they made it so it doesn't actually consume your ammo the way it used to. Yeah, I'm really loving having all these green ammo just laying around on the ground. Probably buy both of those keys. 1, 2, 3 ammo. 1, 2, 3 chests. Let's just go let's go Yari launcher down the boss. So I know it looks like I'm not Yari launching down the boss, but just shut up about it, okay? I've decided that I want to save most of the Yari launcher to one cycle. Not all of it, but most of it. At least enough to guarantee a one cycle. Okay. Kinda sucks that I don't have a charge, but I did that to myself. There we go. A lead god baby. A lead god baby. Let's get off my skull. Lead god baby. What? Oh, whatever. Who cares? Synergize with something, but no one knows what. No one will ever knows what. Give me that water gun. That's Star Pew. Little Pep. Little Gungy Peppo. Just in case. I don't like this one, so don't even talk to me. About anything, ever. Don't talk to me. For Christ's sake. Oh yeah. The P of LS. The Poffles. And yeah, we're kind of still holding on to a bunch of guns that we're not really oh wait. Sorry, I forgot about the POW again. Not really gonna use, but also didn't need to sell. I know what you're saying. I already, weren't you the guy who said, hold on to your resources, don't make anything useless. You should never carry in the bullet helmet thing that you won't utilize. Yeah, I did, but like, shut up. For Christ's sake. You don't know. It's always a little scary to get rid of guns in general, but because Unity is such a huge source of damage if you manage to hold on to it. So I'm always of two minds about getting rid of guns, regardless. Like, it's something I'm super on the fence about, no matter what is going on the run. Like, I got rid of a lot of guns this run, and I got some money and some, you know, fairly good items in return for some of them. But like, for the most part, Unity is such a singular boost that you cannot replace by, you know, with other items the way you can a lot of other stuff. You can't, money's not going to turn that damage back on. But then, you know, there's, what about gilded bullets? Well, shut up. You can't shoot money. Yes, you can. There's microtransaction guns. Shut up! God. There's an opposite situation for everything in this game. Okay? Person in my head against him. I'm losing this argument. Basically, I guess I feel like you can make money other ways. You can't make guns other ways. Getting rid of a gun to make some money might result in you being able to buy a gun, but you're always going backwards. The market's always winning in any purchase scenarios like that. You're not making money enough to cover the difference. definitely this way. So I'm thinking first phase Luxon Cannon still. Second phase, I don't really have a shotgun. Second phase Yari Launcher. Third phase compressed air tank. Yeah, that's perfect. It's kind of a dream lich right there. A good long range weapon for the first phase, and then some high potency weapons for the other phases. Maybe not the same amount of range on them, but like damage output pretty high. That room always requires a little bit more focus than the rest, just because Wiggle Snake shots are not the pleasantest. Back to what I was saying about game design. What happens when you give someone the ability to fly in a game that's all about hiding things behind hits? Once you do that, you can't have a room... Well, I mean... You either have to accept the fact that sometimes, by getting an item that gets flight, you're going to have areas of the room that were supposed to be challenges that are going to be completely nullified. I'm really glad we didn't get the sense of direction, because holy freaking shit, we didn't need it. I mean, I'm not glad we didn't get it. I'm glad that we had better things instead. Put the AWP in the other slot for this first one. What's going on with that? That seems like a lot of damage just by standing still. Wow! That was way faster than I thought it was going to be. So I don't want to use the, I don't want to use necessarily the face melter. It's such a good boss weapon, but it's such a blinding eyesore at the same time. What am I doing? Okay. There we go. Oh my god, it's not loaded. I screwed up so much during that fight, and I still managed to kill him with the first pull of the Yari launcher trigger. Just don't take damage here. Keep firing, please. Use your blanks. There we go. Whew! Yari does it quick. Yari, she does it quick. That's 84, and it's a fucking crusher. I had a really, really good rat fight, too. Rat fight was the last time I felt any kind of nerves about this run. But it definitely wasn't the first time. There was a lot of early anxiety, and I think that's one of the things about this game that I like. That the anxiety falls early, and then it. Wait a second. Hold on, I forgot something. Hi. Oh yeah, so we are on 84. I said that and then I didn't do it. But anyway, really good shit. Bye. Goodbye.